understand, and it don't change. If I had it my way, you would know that you are. Oh, you're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're the sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. I know that you see it. I know you're a star. Where you gonna find? No matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part. It's the sunrise and those brown eyes. You're the one that I desire. When we wake up and then when we make love, it makes me feel so nice. Oh, you're the water that I need in the desert. You're the talent I take when my head hurts. You're the sunlight in my life. I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. I know that you see it. I know you're a star. Where you gonna find? No matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, 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 yeah. If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? Thank you guys so much. So in Portland it rains a lot, and my friends kind of gave me shit. I have a couple friends that live in Hilo because I was trying to escape the rain, and they were like, "Why'd you come here?" And I was like, "Fuck, you're right." So it's familiar. It's warmer, which is lovely. But this next song is kind of shout out to the rain. And if you know it, please sing along to it. Well, here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. But listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you mad in the stillness of remembering what you had and what you lost and what you had and what you lost. Oh, thunder only happens when it's raining.
So doing 2 sets, I like to warm up in the first set, kind of doing some sweeter songs. I am very aggressive. I'm a very aggressive songwriter. I write a lot about love, and I have not been very successful at it, so all the songs are they're a little much. So I'm gonna be sweet this time, and then I hope you stick around and you can hear all the good stuff later. Do you ever have a person in your life that you just feel like you're a better person around? It's a nice feeling. It's a nice feeling. Like you're all right by yourself, but then you meet someone, and they're just like, it's like, oh, I'm better with you. So this is called When I'm With You.
Never thought it could happen. Never thought you were even real. I can only imagine all the ways you can make me feel. I was honestly thinking I would never get over him. All that time I was sinking, got me starting to smile again. Baby, I think you can tell, and I hope that you feel it as well. 'Cause I like the way I am when I'm with you. Got me feeling like these dreams are made for two. Heading out to the desert, we ain't gotta be anywhere. Baby, I'm feeling better. With a smile, you can take me there. And it feels like freedom, staring up at the stars at night. You got me believing that this time I got it right. I was holding on too strong, but baby, with you I just belong. 'Cause I like the way I am when I'm with you. Got me feeling like these dreams are made for two. Oh, it's not love, or could it be when you are laying next to me? The things you do, they make me come alive. Oh, it's not love, or could it be when you are laying next to me? The things you do, they make me come alive.
chorus that goes. Can we all do that together? It's super simple and it just repeats. Yeah. when you kind of get deep with someone, but it's not deep enough to, when it ends, be super angry about it. You're just like, I'll see you around. So the song is called Be Seeing You.
You don't wanna hurt me, but I wanna hurt you. So let me down easy, like you got used to. I was never worth it, at least not to you. Oh, let me down easy, you let me down easy. You know the things we had, don't you, baby? You turn around, you make me feel crazy. I know you think I'm just a mistake, and maybe I was, maybe you were too. You don't really want me, no. But you don't wanna let me go. You can't have it both ways, so here's where we part ways. I'll be seeing you. I'm not even angry, I'm just confused. The way you used to hold me, now I'm just old news. There ain't no explanation, there ain't no excuse. So you let me down easy, yeah, you just drop me. Cause you know the things we had, don't you, baby? You turn around, ignore them like crazy. I didn't think you were a mistake, but maybe you were. Now I'm done with you. You don't really want me, no. But you don't wanna let me go. You can't have it both ways, so here's where we part ways. I'll be seeing you. Lose your number and delete your picture. I do my best to try to forget you. I don't regret it, and I wish you all the best that I can. I understand now. You don't really want me, no. But you don't wanna let me go. You can't have it both ways, so here's where we part ways. I'll be singing you. Oh, you don't really want me, no. But you don't wanna let me go. You give me both ways, so here's where we part ways. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you. I'll be seeing you.
Thank you. So basically, I'm really happy to be in Hawaii. I just put out a CD in the fall. It's a 6-track album about this breakup I had, which was kind of leveling, and it just tore me to absolute pieces, and wrote a bunch of songs about it. This song is not on it, but it was about the person that destroyed me, and I like playing this song a lot because there's a story to this song. I would not recommend dating musicians, myself included. Like, don't date me. But dated a musician. This guy was a musician for a couple years, and he really didn't like that I wrote songs about things we went through, things in a relationship. And I wrote this song, and I was kind of like hiding it a little bit. I was like, fuck, like, you can't hear this, but also it's not even a bad song, so like, I'll just play it at the show that we're both performing. And I thought I would like sneak it in, and it would be totally fine and normal, and no, it was not. I could see him from across the room, and he's like a very large person, and he's like 6'5", and he's just glowering at me, and I'm like playing it, and I'm like, oh fuck. And he was. So he comes up after, and he's like, Laryssa, you can't play that song anymore. And being the badass bitch that I am, I immediately stopped playing the song. I was like, fuck. We argued about it. We argued about it for a while, but I was like, man, it's just easier to like not play the song. So I stopped, and then we broke up, and I was like, this guy's a dick, man. And I started playing the song again. So the song is called Best Behavior. And the lesson is, don't censor yourself for a relationship or someone that you think you love. Unless you're like truly saying some weird shit, go to therapy. I'm just kidding. Okay.
You only love me when I'm on my best behavior. You only want me when you think that I'm worth saving. You only care for me when I'm easily contained. But when I'm too much of something, you walk the other way. Oh, even love that seems too complicated. But I'm a fool for you. Yes, I'm a fool for you. Just the same. If I cut my hair, if I gained some weight, would you stand beside me? Would you walk away? Or am I a fool for falling? Am I a fool to stay when it seems you got one foot in and the other halfway out the doorway? I know that I'm not easy. Who said that you were either? When you say that you want me, I'm not sure if I believe ya. Believe ya, believe ya. If I shut my mouth, made myself real small, learned to smile real pretty, barely frowned at all. If I learned to cut my drinking, though that bottle's got me bad, could you learn to love me easier? If I could just forget the past. I know that I'm not easy. Who said that anything was? Who said that anything could be worth the pain of slowly losing ya? Losing ya, losing ya. If I smoked 100 cigarettes, blew ash through the open door, if I drank a bottle of whiskey, smashed it on your kitchen floor, if I burned the city to the ground where our loved ones sprouted seed, would you rip out what has grown here? Would you rip the heart right out of me? Oh, I know that I'm not easy. I know I'm difficult as hell, and you'd be better off. But damn it, love, please take me when you go. When you go. It's inevitable because you only love me when I'm on the best behavior. You only want me when you think that I'm worth saving. You only care for me when I'm easily contained. But when I'm too much of something, you walk the other way. Hey. Oh, we've a love that seems too complicated. But I'm a fool for you. Yes, I'm a fool for you. Just the same. Yes, I'm a fool for you. Yes, I'm a fool for you. Just the same.
Thank you so much. I just got two more. Is two more good? Okay, cool.
I can't believe you didn't like that song.
What's that?
I can't believe you didn't like that.
Oh, you know, he just was like, I don't like it because it's revealing about me. It makes me sound like a dick. And then I wrote like 2 albums about him, and he really sounds like a dick.
Hey,
I'm so excited to play you those songs after we do the poetry slam, because yeah, there's a song called Fuck Boy, and a song called I Hope You Cry on Your Birthday. I was pissed off. I was pretty fucking angry. Let's see. Do you guys want like a nice one? What do you want to hear? What kind of vibe are you into? None of them are happy. Some of them are happy. Just kidding. Oh, I licked the microphone. Did you see that? That was fucking gross. It's too much fun. All right, I'm just gonna play what I have here.
We love it.
All right, so I do write some nice songs, but it's typically only for my friends that get married. I always end up playing their weddings, and it's like a little thing of mine where I'm like, I write a song specifically about their relationship, and then they weep at the wedding, and I'm like, someone else is crying, you know? I'm just kidding. It's fucked up. You guys, I'm fucked up. It's fine. This song is called Beautiful World.
I love the way that you kiss me. Good morning. And I love that you never go to bed night. I can't believe how much time we spent waiting. And with every mistake and the damage we've made, you're still standing beside me, your hand in my hand. So let's do something crazy, something that they won't forget. So let's make a life if it take me for all that I am. All the worst parts of both of us, all of the highs we can't stand. And forever is an awfully long time, but it feels like a series of moments that pass.
a sincere note. I wrote this song. It's kind of a story behind this song as well. I write a lot about relationships, and it's kind of harder for me to write things that are personal to me. I think I deflect a lot with humor, and this song is about my little sister. And I play a lot in Portland, so I play a lot in the Portland area, and I do a lot of hotels and like a lot of like kind of shitty gigs. I'm grateful for them, but they're just like the gigs that you show up and you just entertain yourself the time that you're there while no one pays attention to you. And it's great. I get a lot of practice in, and I was kind of messing with just this little chord and just this kind of progression, and I was kind of messing around and making up lyrics because no one was paying attention. And all of a sudden, I just like knew what the song was about, and it just hit me, and I just like cried. And my little sister is 4 years younger than me, and she was born, she wasn't supposed to live for very long. There's a lot that was wrong with her. And she taught me a lot. She lived, and she's doing great. But when we were kids, the first time I met her, when she came home from the hospital, my parents were busy doing paperwork, and I like went up to her, and I was like 4, and I just pinched the shit out of her. And she screamed, and I was like, okay, all right, I gotta protect her. I'm her big sister now. So, and the song is called Daisy. So small on my chest, and that April when you arrived, wide-eyed and unexpected, and I held you for the first time. I pinched your skin and you cried out, and you frightened me with what could not be said. I crawled into your bed and held you as you slept. I made a promise then to keep you safe with this lullaby. Wishing on stars a million miles from where we lay. And in my dreams, you'd be smiling, running wild as we play. As the years passed out of the place, I forgot the things I promised. Let you to the fading light inside your head. For every promise made on every rainy day, I could not take you with me when I left. And I'll never say what I needed to say to you. I'll never say it exactly the right way. I hope you feel it somewhere inside of you now. For every plan we made, though my memory has faded, you were of my heart, you still remain in this lullaby. This lullaby. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be back up.
Give it up one more time for Laryssa Birdseye, everybody. Oh my goodness. All the way from Portland. Wow. What a great way to start the slam. Wow. Great stories too. What a storyteller. Oh my goodness. You don't get some of that when somebody sends you like an EPK with their stuff and their videos and stuff. You don't get that. And wow, it's like, yeah, delightful. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Well, everybody, welcome to Kukuau Studio on a big, beautiful 4th Friday. And you know what 4th Friday means? It's Poetry Slam! You will laugh, you will cry, you will keep your clothes on. Thank you very much. We got some toothlessness in our sign-up sheet. People are very specific about numbers in front of their names, and that's okay. But before we're done with the first round, please make sure if anybody fills in the gaps and we skip them, let me know, because sometimes I'm paying attention to a lot of other things. And who am I? My name is Bub Pratt. I'm the curator over here at Kukuau Studio. We try to keep things going, all kinds of crazy stuff. We're also live streaming tonight. You can check that live stream happening right now on our website, kukuaustudio.com, and it will be archived on our YouTube page of the same name with a YouTube in front of it and a backslash, Kukuau Studio. And shucks, yeah, welcome. We also do, this is the home of a Sunday night family time. Open mic every Sunday with our host, Reality Rand. She's super fabulous. Sometimes she's bartender here, and she lives in the village, and she's a fabulous singer-songwriter in her own right. And gosh, such a delight to be around. Also, we have the Monday Night Jazz Jam. And anybody here ever been to the Monday Night Jazz Jam? Yeah, right? It's a little crazy, but it's super fun and lots of love. And then also we're going to be starting back up with our Tuesday night life drawing sessions starting in February, so in a week. So I'm going to start doing a big marketing push for that bugga. Mental note. What else have I got on my mental notes? Oh yes. So has anybody here, is this their first poetry slam they've ever been to in their lives? Okay, cool. Good. Welcome. Gosh, this is great. Poetry slams are indicative to a certain format. And that format is 2 rounds. The first, and every poet reads an original poem. On the first, and we have our fabulous feelers set up our. Oh man, it's hard to get around all the negative wording because everybody's like, no, we can't say that because we're in Hawaii. But we put numbers to our favorite poems or an emotional response in a number to our favorite, to all the poets, and we take out the top score, take out the bottom score, and put the 3 in the middle, and have the top scores from that. We go to the second round. If we only have this many poets, we'll probably do just 2 rounds with this many poets, but chances are we'll have probably another handful cruise in, so that's going to fill out. That's what happens often. So we're doing that, and then what else are we doing? Shucks, I guess we'll just get started. You guys want to just get started with this poetry slam or what? Let's do it. Yeah! Just fill it in, number 2. No, yeah. All right. Yeah, man. And, cool. Am I missing missing anything? If I am missing anything, I'll remember it in between. But right now we're gonna start off with the sacrificial poet, and I tend to volunteer for that, and I'm gonna read from one of 3 crazy zines I put together in college while living in a Volkswagen van across the street from the school. I'd wake up pretty early and go to the gym and take a shower and stuff, and then go hit the practice room and do that for a couple of hours, and then grab some breakfast and go to my first class. And I got a lot of parking tickets because it was only 2-hour parking. And then I was an idiot and tore them up. You can imagine the repercussions of that. Oh, here we go. Oh no. So, here we go. This is one about a Portland trip. Man, beat ass Portland. Passing Birdseye and a little tree oasis to the train tracks, filled with the ghosts of forgotten hobos, toothless and gumming themselves clean around the mouth. But we're fake lost, getting directions from the men in red jackets, swallowing spittle as the heat escorts the caravan to the destination, where we see the beds to rest our heads with Spanish wine and tequila shooters, and everyone wants to talk in tango cowboy corrals and Scooby-Dooby-Doos, dia-diva-dwa, walking around in sweatpants and the Mystery Machine, Embassy Suite Doobie Session. Is the train coming? Is the train coming? Excuse me, is the train coming? Yes. Alleyless Portland. Not an alley to be found. No alleys and no ashtrays, but a great bookstore with an Oregon blonde talking about things that crawl, like Portland punk rock, body surfing sessions, bouncing the floor in time. Will we fall through? Oh my God, my mom was just hitting on you. But the drummer says loneliness is bliss, and we believe him. So after the dripping punk rock wet dream, we wish the sidewalk wasn't raining. That way we can catch our breath and lean. And after the rains came the minor harangues at Aja's, and we drive back to Bremerton. Beat ass Bremerton. Shipyard city in a field of daisies and the blues and mad conversation and dreams articulated, and the memories that are now like dreams that take you back to the blue book or the red book, or is it that book or this book? And on the 3rd day we sank deep. There's a little picture of the shipyard and the Bremerton bit, but that's it. I put these together with a typewriter and black and white photography and Kinko's magic and scissors and glue sticks. It's fun. So, darlings, and let me just get a real quick visual of where our fabulous feelers are real quick. So we have them for that. Yeah, there you are. 1, 2. You lost it? Okay. Sorry?
We're out for a few minutes.
Okay. We'll find some subs. No problem. I'll get some subs between now and then. And 1, 2. We got one more round. Where's our 5th fabulous feeler? 1, 2. Oh yeah, and 3. About it right there. Cool. Got you. All right. We're radical. We're rolling. So let's get this bugger started with our first poet. He came out to the Poetry Slam, I think, for the first time. Was that last month? Yeah, for the first time. Now he's rocking it. He's a Poetry Slam regular. Put your hands together for Anton. Woo!
Yellowstone. Yeah.
My problem. Yes, Yellowstone is great. Be ready for some big energy. This is only my introduction. Hello, my name is Anton Nicholas Herman Adams, aka Kitty Walk the Dew, aka Fish, and many more. This is written for myself, for my own reawakening. Then I rewrote it for an audience. So may I request a little bit of your time, and remember, this is just for my reflection. My poem is called Recycling, reinventing, resetting, reincarnating, reprogramming, recharging, reasoning. Totally reset from a blank thought. Then reignite that fire in the gut. Restoke that bonfire and go. Reincarnate the difference. Recycle every thought till they're better. Reinvent ideas, modify, twist, change existence. Resetting. Change your friends and your place, your setting, only if needed. Reprogram, take out all the bugs and bullshit and upload the new hard drive. If negativity is reoccurring, then dump the gloomy out. Search for peace, and then research for harmony. Reunite with people that make you happy. Realize that what is best in life. Then revoke the bad, evoke the best, then invoke the better. And remember, have respectable reasoning. Yeah, that was it. You can applaud. I mean, I can give you an outro too if that wasn't enough, because it's short. I got you. I don't like dead air.
Do your thing, bro.
Come up. I'm almost done. So, I hope after I die, generations will reread what I rewrote so I can regenerate. Thank you.
And thank you, Anton, man. Give it up one more time for Anton. Yeah!
That took a lot of rewriting.
Yeah, and you helped me remember
Yeah.
about our theme tonight, which is resolutions. Yeah, that sounds like some resolutionary action. And themes are just ideas for people to grab on if they have a poem, bunch of poems they don't know what to read. We have the theme to help people grab onto that. So tonight's theme is resolutions. Gotcha. And then I'll give you a little wink, and you know that. Oh, 2 on there. You guys are good. Yes. You guys are good. Haha, with a little picture, you radical. Nice. Yeah. Sweet. Now, our next friend of mine. I'm so happy that she's here. I think this is her first poetry slam. I'm pretty dang sure. You can also catch her at crazy parties and carnivals and stuff. She does balloon animals like a mad person. It's insane. It's so radical. She's one of my fabulous, hyper creative friends. Please put your hands together for Courtney.
Aloha, everybody. Okay, it is my first time in Poetry Night, so thank you for having me. And my poem is called Games. You trying to play me like a game of checkers. Duck, duck, goose, man, you already missed her. Sorry, mister, you lost your turn and I sunk your battleship, now it burns. Double trouble, sir, I connect the dots. Connected all four, now your bop it's in the spot. Pass me up like the rockin' hopscotch, now I hope it's biting hard like bed bugs pops. Hi-ho, cherry-o, can't you get the clue? Need an operation on the brain, dude, we're through. You looking silly like the monkey in the middle. I monopolize while you play with your fiddle. Backgammon to me, curb plump, no siree, your part cheese, huh. Freeze, tag your it, and I got the lasers. I'm going up like the shoots and laders. Ladders, tomato, tomato. Drop you like a hot tamale, hot potato, game called life, you fall. Jenga, asking Mother May, yeah, you must be a dreamer. Oh, what you say, you speaking mad gab, dressing lies like Barbies, like what's the fad? The games you play are now solitaire, and we used to knock like marbles. Missing my Candyland, I feel your pain. Dirty games for dirty minds off up in this thing. I'm the mastermind, that's how you got caught. Guess who told me you would've never thought? Simon said, don't break the ice like the spinner in bones. I'm twice as nice up under me like this, some type of limbo. You shouldn't have took me like some type of bimbo. Your head's down, no thumbs up. This ain't 7-Up. I seen it before. Don't press your luck. Your double whammy won't have any mercy. Now you're in a twist, so your conscience is thirsty. You got the red light, here's the green light. Holding up the game, yellow means slow. Had me booked like spades, but no more. Just like the mousetrap you got at the store. Life is such a funny taboo. Risked it all, now you're left with few. Count your blessings before you hide and seek, and don't cheat yourself and take any peeks. Oh, what a shame, everything's in shambles. You're all frantic, I call that Scrabble. Pictionary that you fall on your face. You took pick up, sticks place, all you have is one. Oh no, solo, dolo is some you know you left out. Like you have no chair and the music stops and everyone stares. Hungry, hungry hippo, famished like we live. With his chest better, play with fear, leap with faith. Like the frog, hide your challenge. My jog. Thank you.
You need to come do this more. You guys aren't doing doubles up anymore on that? Oh, that was just one time? Okay, good to know. All right. Radical. I think this next poet, I believe if I remember correctly, he was a finalist probably like last year. Well, everything's last year now, right? But please, you guys are in for a special treat. Please put your hands together for L.
I recently became a godfather and been inspired to write a couple poems for the little one who just turned a month old this week. Welcome. Welcome, dear one. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Congratulations, loved one, for all that you lived before you live now. You have arrived here. Here in the holiest of realms, you voyage to yet, where every moment beckons you towards the divine that lies alive in you to be discovered. In each whisper of the breeze, in each glimmer of the sun, in each dance of the waves, lapping upon the shore before returning home. A remembrance of the great depth from where you've come, of the great love of which you are. Welcome to this form made for you to folly and fool and fun around with, and to feel the holy of which you are to us, and which we are to you, with which we bid you welcome.
Man, I love poetry slams. They're so cool. And we do have some fabulous prizes tonight. Like to try to support local businesses and so we have some lovely gift certificates and stuff. So the next poet might come up and talk like Winnie the Pooh, but I don't know what he's gonna do. He's a fabulous comedian, and we're gonna be doing a show here next month, I think on the 15th? Please put your hands together for tonight. He's the Hawaiian Homer Simpson.
Well, thank you, Bob. I'm used to taking the mic off of the pole. All right. Yeah, you will see my weird face with a cardboard sign out there. Resolutions, you say, Bob, huh? This was a resolution because of this was my addiction. This is my ode to donuts. What is it about that sweet hole? Its sweet, savory essence excites my soul. I yearn for it. I need it. I must eat it. But yet, every doctor tells me that I do not need it. Boo. I'm a well-rounded individual, Doc. It is the one thing that gives me great pleasure. I wonder, how much sugar does the chef that made it have to measure? Once it's gone and I've eaten all I can eat, I miss everything about it. The sprinkles, the icing. I'm drooling now, and I can't stop it. Afterwards, I feel as empty as the hole in the middle. Where does that hole go is a riddle. Oh, donut, you are my greatest joy, yet my greatest regret. I've eaten so many donuts that I believe pink frosting is what I now sweat. There was a time I wanted to marry you, Donut, and be a pastryphile. But I've had to give you up, and haven't touched you in a very long while. Because the donut has made my brain numb. See, I stuttered through that sentence too. And I've become quite a dummy. You see, I've eaten so many of those tasty, fluffy, heavenly treats that it's made a donut of my tummy. Ah, you thought I was going to lift up my shirt, didn't you? No. But yeah, it's a hairy donut right now. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Nehemiah, the Hawaiian Homer Simpson. Give it up, you guys. It's comedy. I love it. And you know, I tell people, when you come out to the poetry slam, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you might get hungry. And as long as we keep our clothes on, that's a must, especially since who knows who's watching this on the live stream, you know. Anyway, so moving right along, the next poet here has been to a lot of poetry slams here, maybe even our first, ones and things. And I know she's been a finalist. She's super fabulous and does all kinds of stuff around town. Please put your hands together for Carrie.
Good evening, everyone. So I usually have a whole different genre that I do, but I wonder if I could just lower this a little.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry. Just it feels a little.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shadowing.
Thank you. And I recently started writing country songs, which is completely different from the type of poetry I used to read, or I still read, but I've been on a kick with it, and it does match with resolution. I didn't know what the theme was, but my country songs a lot of them are truck driving songs, and you wouldn't think that I would fit into that kind of, the perception of me is on the road as a truck driver. But my husband was a truck driver who I was with for 20 years. So we were up and down the East Coast, and pretty much everything, and also in the West, that has ever happened on the road, I could out-talk any truck driver about any other story. I've been in trucks that couldn't stop because of ice and kind of flying through traffic, and my ex-husband, he was shot on the road. So I've seen a lot of stuff on the road. So he recovered, but it took him almost a year. So this is really looking back on, it's inspired from my life on the road. But a lot of my songs I'm writing from kind of a man's point of view as a truck driver. And just lastly, it's kind of different also writing like keeping it more simple, going from poetry to songs. So this is called Wings on the Highway. Get me to Kentucky by daybreak, hauling 60 tons of steel freight. There's a hunger moon horizon and the clouds are rolling in. At the pass, a trailer's just done jackknife on a wild streak of black ice. Storm's coming across the valley, gonna be a hard blow. And it's a lot of road before I see my Red River home. Yeah, it's a lot of road. They're saying on the radio it's a whiteout on the highway. Knowing what's worthwhile keeps me alive with every mile. Lord, I love a woman. She's my lonesome dove, my brown-eyed beauty of Kentucky, my first and only love. She's my snow angel, my honey mountain child. Give me wings on the highway tonight. Wings on the highway tonight. Thinking about her long hair wrapped around me, cutting through the twists and turns of the misty Allegheny. Every driver knows ain't no business being on the road with a blizzard blasting my back door, carrying this mighty load. Nearing 300 miles to go, this wildcat is rolling low. I get this never-ending ache. Oh, get me to Kentucky by daybreak. Lord, I love a woman. She's my lonesome dove, my brown-eyed beauty of Kentucky, my first and only love. She's my snow angel, my honey mountain child. Give me wings on the highway tonight, wings on the highway tonight. Oh Lord, give me wings on the highway tonight.
Dang, Karen. You co-writing that with somebody? You have a musician with you co-writing on that? Well, hit me up. Seriously, I was hearing the music. I know exactly how that melody's gonna go. All right, where'd the gang go up here? We had our. Gotcha.
There in the walkway.
Oh yeah, you guys got your
You got both.
fabulous feeler action. Where are you guys at? Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. Next up here tonight. Yeah, seriously, Carrie, let's write that song. Yeah. Oh, we got to come up with a bridge. We'll do it. Guarantee. Yeah, let's do that. What are you doing tomorrow? We'll talk later. Teasy. We'll talk. Sweet. We'll talk later. Our next spot, speaking of music, is a badass stinking jazz singer. Sings a lot of stuff. You've probably seen him in musicals and stuff around town. He comes out to the jazz jam sometimes when we're lucky and busts out some mean tunes. Please put your hands together for Mike, History and Legacy. Interesting. Is that the title?
That's the time.
All right. Put your hands together, Michael. Yeah.
Evening, folks. This is my very first attempt at a poetry slam. I've attended a lot of them in my hometown of San Francisco and in Berkeley on the other side of the bay. And I've come once and had a really good time here. So I thought I'd be brave enough to come up here and try a little something. Now, what I'm going to offer you right now is more along the lines of prosaic musings than an actual poem, but it springs from something that just happened to me recently. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Michael Kealoha Stevens, and just very recently I contracted lungworm disease, and it's been a hard struggle to deal with it. And some days are good. Tonight is the first good day in a long time. And there are some really bad days too. But it's got me thinking about my mortality. I mean, I'm getting older already, so I'm already in a position to think about my mortality. But when you have 3 and 4 day long migraines, you start thinking to yourself, if my head explodes right now, what is the whole reason that I'm here? What's it all about? So I started thinking, what is a man or a woman? Is he, his, or her history? And I think so. Part of my history is I have 54 aunts and uncles. I have 7 brothers and sisters. Until I was 34, I was the youngest child in the family. But then after my mother and father divorced, I found out that, well, I had 5 more siblings that I knew nothing about. So I actually have 12 brothers and sisters. I did end up with a stepfather that I hated, but that was mostly because he hated me. He's gone now, and many of my siblings are gone too. And the very last of my aunts and uncles passed away just in the last few months of 2019. And so I'm left as part of the new elder generation. That brings me to the second half of my musing, which is about legacies. My history is in my family and in my blood, but my legacy is something that I created. I have 4 children. I have about 1,000 cousins. A lot of them I never met before until I came here to Hawaii from San Francisco 10 years ago and found out that I had thousands and thousands of cousins here on the islands, because everybody has a lot of kids and they start really young. So they have a lot of children too. You can imagine when we get together, we have to rent a park because we can't fit inside of any place. But aside from the family, there are the relationships that you build over the course of your lifetime. I have friends, old and new. And I wonder, what is the legacy that I leave to all of them? My work colleagues, they would say that I'm an expert. My oldest friends would say that I'm scary smart. My musician friends say that I'm talented. My acting friends, they say that I'm gifted. My siblings, well, they used to say that I was an annoying little shit. I once thought that my legacy would be a groundbreaking philosophical treatise, or perhaps an important medical paper, or perhaps a performer beloved by strangers and a dark audience. But now I know, as I feel so mortal and so small and so insignificant, the legacy that I hope to leave to my children, to my siblings, to my cousins, my colleagues, and my friends is that I was a good person, a kind person, even to the strangers in the dark audiences. Thank you.
So blessed to have so many cool friends. Where'd they go? Do what? Oh, shucks, did somebody take over? Hey, Elijah, why don't you take over? Yeah, you can participate. Be one of the fabulous feelers. That's what we need. We need one more feeler here. Beautiful. Next up, this poet was upstairs going, I don't know, should I read? I don't know. Should I roll? I don't know. And she came down and put her name right there on number 13. I'm so glad she did. I think you all will be too. Please put your hands together for Morgan.
Yeah, he nailed it. That's exactly what I was thinking. So today I came in pretty raw, and this may actually be the first time I'm speaking to a microphone to a bunch of people in a room full of people that I don't know. So do hard things, it's worth it. Yeah, but today I came in pretty raw, and I was crying and just up there and letting it out. I have this belief that tears water something. So what ended up getting me down here was I hope that there's some seeds in the audience that I can help water through a letter that I wrote to myself about a year ago. So, learn to love the tears themselves, and love so deeply the sting of heartbreak. Challenge the awareness to see itself in its wholeness, and to appreciate each step of the process. Recognize the perfection amongst the pain. Feel the entirety of being in sorrow, and as its opposite equivalent simultaneously exists in dependence. This is not to say that one should force the flipping of the coin from one side of the other. This is not to suggest that one should simply think positively. This is to hold the hold of the coin in one's palm and to feel its warmth, its ridges. To feel gratitude of both sides as they are indeed of the same substance.
Curtsy points. Thank you for sharing, my dear. All right, all right, all right. Yeah. All right. Okay, here we go. We're cruising right along. I think all the poets. I think we're gonna be able to do. Everybody will hop on the second round, and we're gonna improvise the evening that way. And Eden. Where's Eden? If I were Eden, there you are, my dear. We'll get some stair walking music for Eden. How about some Herb Alpert? Eden, everybody.
Hi guys, I've never actually done like a poetry slam. I've written a bunch of poems, although I consider it to be adolescent poetry because I'm an adolescent, and I consider it poetry because sure, why not? After listening to everybody's poems, I realized how short mine is, but that's okay because I like to lose space, and I do. Yeah, it's kind of like the donut one in the sense that it's an ode to like a thing that you can eat also. So there's that.
You got it.
I wrote this before I was allowed to drink coffee. So let's see how this goes. Coffee is delicious. It is a beacon to those who must rise in the morning but do not have any urge to. And I, Eden, have been deferred from this miracle drink. Not until you can fall asleep at a reasonable time, they say. I can fall asleep. Eventually. I'm like an owl, you see. I don't sleep most of the night, or at all during the day. Oh, coffee, you call to me like a siren calls the unwitting sailor into the eternal abyss of the sea. But like the sailor who refuses to listen, I cannot follow you into that abyss. Oh, coffee, deferred time and time again. Having absorbed your delicious scent my whole life, I have learned to appreciate your beauty. But nay, I cannot accept it. Thank you.
Oh, radical Eden. Dang, kid. She's also a fabulous drummer. I have some students who she jams out with and stuff, and yeah. And all right. And yeah, gosh, thanks for sharing that. Goodness. I would say that's quite a step beyond, adolescent. Yeah, you're onto something, girl. Please, keep doing it. You right? Yeah, keep rocking that. You got some ideas, and so much about poetry is about, imagery, and you're flashing this imagery. It's like you're running through. You never play that game where you're running through a forest, oh, there's trees going by, right, and it's smacked in the head, and that's kind of part of the gig, and I think you got it, sister. Radical. If I were a Nesto, where would I be?
Come in and during a minute now.
Nesto?
I think he's still on the road.
On the road? Okay, we'll come back to Nesto. Because Nesto is the cat that came last month and was one of the finalists, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have his bandana. He was doing tarot cards on here still. He left that. So we're going to go ahead and postpone Nesto, and hopefully we'll kill enough time for him to cruise on in. But until then, I got this really cool phone call today. And I was like, Kukuau Studio, blah, 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 blah. Is there a poetry slam tonight? I'm like, yeah, we're doing the poetry slam. Can I sign up? I'm like, yeah, you can sign up right now. You can sign up later. I'll probably be able to do it. Is it okay that I'm 14, is that? 16, is it okay that I'm 16? Yeah, that's great, come on in. It's like, oh, that's great, I can't wait, I'm so excited. That wasn't word for word, it was like the gist, right? That was the paraphrase. So, please put your hands together for Sprout. Sprout, everybody! Thank you. I had to throw a little Charlie Parker in there.
Hello, my name's Sprout Eisenberg. Some things to know about me before I read this poem is that I'm non-binary, chronically ill, and queer. And this is just some of my thoughts I have about the world. It's kind of an existential rant, stream of consciousness. And it's a little poem I like to call What the Heck is Sprout Talking About? So. Y'all catch me crying in the club over a fucking cartoon. Why am I like this? My heart. Adventure Time is actual art. Like, I feel like a lot of shows are just made for profit and have no feeling or meaning other than the cookie-cutter image we always see in the media, subsequently derived from our own systematic failure in society. But Adventure Time is so unique and has so much heart in it. Like, it actually has purpose and reflects on deep streams of consciousness and existence outside of one's own self, i.e. existentialism, but also existence in harmony, as we are all one lost soul trying to find individual purpose. Although we all have our own unique experiences and thoughts and feelings, it all goes back to the same roots of loss and purpose and war and peace and hate and love, and this longing to know the one singular meaning of life, as if there is some deity that put us on this earth for one reason and one reason only, as if we have one destiny, as if we are here to fight the battle and live happily ever after. But there is no end. There is only life and death. We are born, we search for purpose, and then we die. What happens after death? I don't know. We become part of the earth either by burning our ashes and blowing in the wind, or being buried in the roots wrapping around our bones. We are either fire and air or earth and water. Who knows what happens after that? Do we just die and that's it? We're just gone, leaving little to no imprint on the big picture or large scale or grand scheme of things? Do we go to some kind of afterlife, either a heaven because we feel we did good enough on this earth to be rewarded with peace, or a hell because our self-hatred and sorrow is so deep that it lasts outside of this dimension, leaving us in everlasting agony of our own creation? Do we truly choose our own path with our actions? What does it all lead up to? Is someone really keeping score? Is there really some kind of system, or are we just here, creating our own system because we don't know what to do with ourselves? Because we didn't do a very good job. The system is fucked. Is this all just out of boredom and a search for meaningless meaning? Because if so, then what's the point of any of it? Are we just supposed to find our own purpose and happiness in this crazy world? Because I can't do that in a world where I'm not allowed to exist as myself. Why can't we just be? Why do we have to put meaning to it all? Why can't we just go back to our roots instead of messing it all up with all this stuff, all this crap that just leads to more trauma? Why do we have to put each other in boxes because of our own confusion and need for identity? We don't have to be this thing or that, we can just be. We can find purpose without overcomplicating it with this ignorance in society. We can take comfort in labels for ourselves without judging those labels for other people and saying, oh, these labels are good and these labels are bad, and having people get hurt over it. I just want to start over. I just want a clean slate, a new canvas to paint with the brilliant colors of all the beautiful people of the world. We don't have to judge those colors. They're all beautiful, unique colors. We can just let them be. All we have is now, this moment. That's all we have, because before you know it, you'll have died without knowing what it means to be alive, what it means to love and be inspired and find true beauty within oneself and one's own view of the world and the universe. Not of society, not of all this hate and ignorance, but what lies beneath it all, the human, the grit and bone and determination, the warrior, the lover, the artist. We don't have to be survivors. We don't have to fight to live until the day we get to say, hey, we survived whatever that was, or give up before we were able to make it to that because we were pushed too hard. We can just be whatever that means. I'm still not over the trauma of being born, of being alive, of being brought into an unwelcoming world, a world where I feel unsafe, unwanted, and uncomfortable. but as much pain as it brings me, I'm here. I sadly can't wipe away all the pain of the past, not just mine, but the pain of all those before me, of them having to see the world change for the worse, but also for the better. But I'm here, and I'll keep working to bring out the best in what we have and fight for what it's meant to be. The fight for love, the fight for living, the fight for dying. Is all I am a feeling? Am I only real because I feel things? If I stop feeling, do I stop living? That's what it feels like sometimes. I dissociate and disappear, like I was never even here, because I see no meaning or happiness in the everyday things we have to do in society that seem to come naturally to others. If I don't feel, I'm not real, because all we have is feelings to figure out this world, the feelings that help us determine what we're supposed to do in this society. I guess I just don't feel like I'm supposed to do anything, so my only purpose is to help others with the same problem. I'm just so confused. How do people see meaning in all of this? Such mundane problems baffle me. Like failing tests. Why was I so upset when I failed that math test in 5th grade? It had no effect on the grand scheme of things, until I let it. Until I let all the things people tell me I'm supposed to be doing in society lead me to just shutting down, just stuck floating around on this space rock, trying to block out the noise of society and the voices. So many voices saying so many different things. What do they mean when they say that? Why do they contradict themselves and each other? Which one am I supposed to listen to? God, I'm so fucking stupid. Although I try to tell myself the societal definition of success is overrated, I still care. I'm still sad that I basically dropped out of school because I listened to the stupid voices. I listened to the wrong one. I let it control me. I let it tell me I would never be good enough. I would never amount to anything. Well, what is anything? I'm just supposed to be something? Why? Why can't I just be nothing? Nothing. Nothing but a product of my own damnation. Now I'm stuck, going nowhere. It's too late for me. I'm too behind in what I love. I wanted to do so many things, but there's so little time. Not enough time and not enough money. Can't do anything without money, it seems. Can't go to college and get a job. Can't live. Why do we have to pay to exist? Why does the end goal have to be just surviving? Why can't I live and let be? I love learning. I love figuring out how things work and finding my own purpose. But I hate the reason I'm supposed to be learning. I'm taught to learn only to survive, not to live and love and learn. I learn to explore and grow, not to fight. I don't want to have to learn so that I don't end up living in a box on the streets. Maybe I'm perfectly content living in a box, but I won't be confined to this box. Not this box I have to kill myself over. I won't fight for this box. I'll fight for the box that inspires me, the box full of love and growth, full of hope and freedom, not the box full of hate and ignorance, full of stifling and oppression. I don't want to fight to continue to be confined to conformity. I want to fight for it to be acceptable to live in that box if I damn well please, to live in that box and have it not be seen as a failure, as if I didn't work hard enough and that box isn't good enough and I'm not good enough. I don't know what the fuck this philosophical existential rant is that all started with a cartoon. All I know is a change needs to happen and I'm going to fight for it. Damn, this all started with a cartoon, with an art form nonetheless. This is why I love art so much, and why I hate when people turn TV into something only for profit instead of for inspiration, for meaning, for changing someone's world and opening people's eyes. Not all art has to be made for that reason, but it has to have some purpose other than to contribute to the problematic, materialistic, ignorant society we live in, and the media so often contributes to. God, I love Adventure Time.
Me too. Damn, girl. Thank you. Shucks. You know, so much of art is like sharing what we do, and then just throwing it out there like a big splat, and hoping somebody around that can relate to it, and maybe something I grabbed from that and put some stuff together in a world where we're not allowed to exist as ourselves, but we can help others who have the same problem. You know? That's what this is. So, all right, feelers. Radical. All right. We've got one of my favorite singer-songwriters in the whole damn world here right now. I'm super stoked. And he didn't sign up, but I gave him the nod. And I pointed at the thing, and he gave me the nod. So, I'm going to introduce to you guys your friend of mine, Drew Daniels.
I was just saying, hi, bub. I wasn't giving a nod.
Come on, you got some shit in your pocket.
Can I just play a song? Is that okay?
Well, that's
I don't
someone
have
else's guitar.
Oh, my apologies. I really don't have anything to say, but I'd play a song if I could.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, shit. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of awkward, but cool. Thanks, man. I love you, bub.
Love you too, my brother.
That was beautiful, by the way. I felt that. Here's a song about feeling that. I've been running round in circles, chasing my tail just like a dog. I've been running for a miracle. I ain't heard back yet from God. I know that I should be grateful. I can't get over this one. I've been praying for redemption, babe. I ain't heard back yet from God. Oh, it's like you left me on red. Was it something that I said? Something that I did? Or was it something that I didn't do? Oh God, I can handle the truth. I just really need to hear from you. Oh, it's like you left me on red. Was it something that I said? Something that I did? Or was it something I didn't do? Oh, I can handle the truth. I just really need to hear from you. 'Cause I've been running round in circles, babe. Chasing my tail just like a dog. I've been praying for a miracle. I ain't heard back yet from God. I know that I should be grateful. I can't get over this one. I've been praying for redemption. I ain't heard back yet from God. Oh, lift me up, I'm falling. My old ways keep calling me. I know just what I'm supposed to do. I keep running round in circles, chasing my tail just like a dog. I've been praying for a miracle. I ain't heard back yet from God. I know that I should be grateful. I can't get over this one.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Laryssa. Oh, goodness.
Ernesto finally made it.
Ernesto.
Ernesto! Carvalho!
He's here now.
Here we go. We got one more poet for this first round, and then we're gonna do a big, beautiful musical set. Got a gorgeous evening. Stick around. Please put your hands together for Ernesto!
With a smiley face and the O. So, I always come to poetry slams with prepared stuff because I respect the game, right? And Life asked me, because she wanted to be a part of this, to co-create in the space. And I was like, oh, that's really tough though. I do like to now time it freestyle. So I apologize for the delay. Like most people, I was busy helping a Jewish orphanage that had fallen deep into debt because of non-payment due to the fact that they never had a Jewish orphan ever show up. So, you know, I know you hear it all the time, but I was really doing it out there, okay, guys? So I'm sorry I'm late. All right, so, okay. In the now time, of course, the easiest space to draw from is gratitude because we have so much to be thankful for. When we do for others, we have enough to do for ourselves, so we can continue to do for others. So, I love the 444. In that space, here's my now time. Just got here. I love you guys. In abundance, there is a circumference for your gratitude, and the estimation of that circumference is unknowable. Is the circle wide because the bread was so big and plentiful, or was the circle wide because I danced with everything I have? And then we get into the truth. It's so debatable. Perspectives are everywhere. It's like a crystal. You know, it's got all these sides, but it's an infinite-sided crystal. And it's your hand, your perspective, your look at the light. And then you're like, oh man, you see that rainbow, right? And everyone holds it in a different way or whatever, okay, all right? And so you could claim that to see that rainbow would be to look through any one of those sides of the crystal. But those who have played with the non-meth crystal know that the rainbow is only on one side. Now, the variables are in how you hold it, or the light maybe, but you can only really see that rainbow through one side. So the truth is the truth. And it is not debatable. It's awesome like that. It's the resonant one. It's when we both know Spirit is speaking through us and we are now co-creating together in this plane. That is when we know we are good. What's good, fam? Oh, the reflections of the now. You have nothing to attain. You have nothing to give away. You already have everything, and so the treasures are everywhere. And so when I find myself saying, why did this happen? I know it's because I have yet to take the time to honor life by finding the treasure in gratitude. Thank you, life. Thank you for getting me through that one.
All right, where are our fabulous feelers? Here we go. We're gonna get this show on the road. Ooh, this mic got hot. Did I get you on it? Oh, dang it. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and do another full round. Any of the poets that want to read again, get your second poem ready, and we're gonna go ahead and do that. But first, we're gonna have another lovely set of music from Portland's very own Laryssa. Where'd she go? Where'd Laryssa? Oh, oh wait, you gotta do my pregame. She gone? Yeah, okay, cool. So, hmm. Does everybody have a second poem ready? I'm gonna, yeah, I was thinking. I'll do a real quick one. I gotta change my endorphin trip here. He's always happy, never looks mean, even if the sun should come in between. The man in the moon is smiling, 'cause he's in love. The man in the moon is smiling, 'cause he's in love with the girl in the world. She's there in the evening, she never comes late. All day she spins around and never makes him wait. The girl in the world is smiling, 'cause she's in love. The girl in the world is smiling, 'cause she's in love with the man in the moon. When two heavenly bodies glow, all the stars agree. A planet might be born, or maybe even a galaxy. And in the morning, they don't say goodbye, but with a kiss, they blend into the sky. Oh, they're smiling, 'cause they're in love. The man in the moon is smiling, 'cause he's in love with the girl of the world. Put your hands together for Laryssa, Birdseye, everybody.
For Portland and your last name is Birdseye, that's so Portland it hurts. For real. No, that's a real extreme Portland. Yeah.
It's Birdseye, not Birdseye.
Okay.
But it's not the first time I've been mistaken yet.
Sure.
This has been a really amazing night. Thank you so much for sharing your poems. I've really enjoyed them. And it's been really cool. I'm glad to be here.
Happy to have you in there.
Yeah. Shit. Is this?
Oh, shucks, my bad.
Oh, no worries.
I got you.
Somebody said you got a new friend. Does she love you better than I can? There's a big black cloud over my town. I know where you at, I bet she's around. Yeah, I know it's stupid, I gotta see it for myself. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, I'm right over here, why can't you see me? Oh, I'm giving it my all, I'm not the girl you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. I'm gonna dance all night. Oh, I'm so fucked up, I'm all out of line. Oh, stilettos and broken bottles, I'm running around in circles. I'm in the corner watching you kiss her. Oh, I'm right over here, why can't you see me? Oh, I'm giving it my all, lights all fade, the music dies, and I can see you standing here. And I just came to say goodbye. I'm in the corner, words you can't say. Oh, I'm right over here, why can't you see me? Oh, I'm getting in my own. I'm not the girl you're taking home. Ooh, I keep dancing on my own. Oh, I keep dancing on my own. Hey, I keep dancing on my own.
Thank you guys. So I promised you that I would get a little more aggressive this time. And I don't know if you're into that. I was just like, this is what's going to happen, and I hope you're into it now. I've been single for 2 years. I had a pretty bad breakup, and I was like, well, not again. Not again. What's that?
Love yourself.
Yeah, you do have to love yourself. And then after a while, you're like, man, it's been a long time of loving myself. And you're like, maybe I should dip in, you know? So, and then you get into it and you meet some people and you're like, oh my God, this is frustrating. People are frustrating. People are very frustrating. And dating is frustrating because it's this weird thing where you show up and you have to pretend that you're like a very cool version of yourself, when really deep down you're like, you know, you're just, you know, you're ready to, maybe that's just me. But the point is, you meet someone and you hang out for a while and you keep hanging out, and then it's been 8 months and you're like, what? Like you still are calling me dude, like what the fuck is this? Like I'm not your bro here. I don't know what you thought this was. Anyways, I'm frustrated with a particular person. And this song, I'm not going to tell you the title, but when we get to the chorus, if y'all could sing along, that'd be great.
I've been with you every night, been sleeping by your side, but you still won't put up a fight for me. Bring you breakfast on a plate like mama did when you were 8. You still expect it all for free. You say you need more time, you pushing 35. Boy, you know we don't live forever. You act like you don't care, starting to lose your hair. You tell your friends we're not together. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up. Yes. Grow the fuck up. Hey, yeah. Grow the fuck up. When we out or with your friends, you treat me like I'm one of them. Or hold my hand or kiss me on the mouth. But every time when we get home, you won't leave my ass alone. But you won't say you love me out loud, yeah. Oh, you say you need more time, you pushing 35. Boy, you know we don't live forever, no. Oh, you act like you don't care, starting to lose your hair. You tell your friends we're not together. Grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, everyone that's ever ghosted you.
Baby, grow the fuck up. Hey, grow the fuck up. Don't you know that we could have everything? Oh, but you're just too scared to open your eyes. Don't you think it's time to grow the fuck up? Baby, grow the fuck up. Oh, baby, I'm leaving. Baby, I'm leaving. Baby, grow the fuck up. Grow the fuck up.
Too dynamic to ask people to sing with you. You have a beautiful voice.
Thank
so don't
you.
get offended when there's not that many people singing.
Oh,
You're hard to
you're
sing
so
with.
sweet.
You're really good.
Thank you. So this song is called Never Have Children.
Oh my God. Where's the YouTube feed? I need to send this to people.
You were my worst mistake. I trade you for all the other ones, even though they cause me pain. It doesn't compare to what you've done. Trying to think you if you ever cared. I wasted so much energy trying to bring you back to me, to make you understand that all this time I loved you, despite our differences. All this time I wasted, 'cause we'll never have children, no, we'll never have a future. All I wanted was to hold you close, your head in the plans. I know that you say you tried, I hate you for the part that's left. Here's a lesson that I didn't need, now I understand. Do-do-do-do. Yeah. Missed you so much it hurts. It makes me sick how weak I've been. Left me with your unkind words, and they pierce like daggers in my head. Makes me wonder why I stuck around. Why have I been spending 2 years in your bed? Why I haven't shared a single word or a single song? Where the fuck I've been? 'Cause all this time I loved you, despite our differences. All this time I wasted, 'cause we'll never have children, no, we'll never have a future. All I wanted was to hold you close, your head in the plans. I know that you say you tried, I hate you for the part that's left. Here's a lesson that I didn't need, now I understand. I wish that I never met you, wish that I could let go. All the love that I gave doesn't exist anymore. I heard that you're moving on, well that's just perfect for you. Don't you ever come back for me, don't you ask for me, 'cause I'm through. 'Cause we'll never have children, no, we'll never have a future, yeah. All I wanted was to hold you close, your head of the plains. I know that you say you tried, I hate you for the part that's left. Here's a lesson that I didn't need, I understand. We'll never have children, no, we'll never have a future. All I wanted was to hold you close, your head in the plans. I know that you say you tried, I hate you for the part that's left. Here's a lesson that I didn't need, I understand.
Thank you so much.
That was a great video too.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really fun. I had some kids act like ghosts in it. It was cute. Thank you. Yeah, if you want to check out, I have a YouTube channel and I shoot a lot of music videos for a lot of these songs. And that last song was off of the CD that I just put out. I have physical copies for sale over there. They're $10, or if you are more into streaming, it's also on Spotify and all of the things. So this song is a little petty, but it's fun. The song is called Ain't Thinking About You and got me into some trouble with the person I wrote it about. He was like, don't talk to Laryssa anymore, she's an asshole. I was like, yeah. I'm just kidding.
It took one day to get you right away out my system. It took 2 days to see that you were messing with my brain. It took 3 days to know that I was better off without you. 4 days and I was screaming someone else's name. And all the things that you said to me, baby, they went and flew on my mind. You may as well just be dead to me, baby. You gonna feel it in time. 'Cause I hope you know that he was better than you. He put it down, he got me than you. And I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you. I got a little fever, it's been licking up my bones. Yeah, I got a fire starting deep inside my chest. He got the kind of love that really sets a girl in motion. I give him something you ain't never gonna get. Oh, and all the things that you said to me, baby, they went and flew on my mind. You may as well just be dead to me, baby. You're gonna feel it in time. 'Cause I hope you know that he was better than you. He put it down, he got me than you. And I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you now. And all the times that I wanted you back, honey, I was out of my mind. I found a love that be fucking me up. I can finally say that I'm satisfied. Well, I hope you know that he was better than you. He put it down, he got me than you. And I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about you now. Thank you so much. So that was the first petty song, and then the second one, this guy really pissed me off. Like, it was a lot. It was just too much. So I think I have a hard time, like, you know, when you leave an argument and you go into the shower and you're like, and you have the argument in your head and you're like, oh, I told that person, but you're in the shower. That's how I am with songwriting. Like, if I'm in an argument with someone, I'm like, and then I go home and I take my guitar and I'm like, I won the argument with this song. But this guy was really weird about his birthday. And one year when we were together, I booked a show on his birthday 30 days before the birthday. And when I realized it was his birthday, I was like, oh shit, and I canceled the show. And he was like, you have ruined my birthday. And I was like, fuck. And every day I asked him, I was like, oh babe, what do you want to do for your birthday? He was like, I don't know, maybe we can talk about this next year because you've ruined it. And the result of this is I felt super bad and I was so stressed out, and I memorized the date, like a national goddamn holiday, and it has never left my brain. And like, every year that it passes, I'm just like, fuck this guy, his birthday, like, motherfucker. And so this last year, I was feeling all that, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a song.
And the song is called I Hope You Cry on Your Birthday.
Oh, that's so honest. I appreciate the authenticity. I love that. Wow.
I hope you cry on your birthday, so you know how it feels to have a good thing lost. I hope that you have the worst day. I hope you feel like shit. I hope you drink too much. I hope you never recover. I hope your head hurts. I hope you're sick as fuck. I hope you cry on your birthday this year and every single year to come. Oh, oh, oh. Happy fucking birthday. Oh, oh, oh. I bet you wish you never met me. Hope you cry on your birthday, honey. That's what you deserve. You're a liar, and it took me a while to see how little you were worth. So go get what you want, yeah, go get what you need. I'm just happy to say it's not gonna be me. Oh, cry on your birthday every year until you die.
I know it's intense, you guys. It was a bad breakup, and we are not on speaking terms.
I hope you cry on your birthday, so you know how it feels to have a good thing lost. I hope that you have the worst day. I hope you feel like shit. I hope your dick falls off. I hope you never recover. I hope your head hurts. I hope you're sick as fuck. I hope you cry like a birthday this year, and every single year to come. Oh, oh, oh. Happy fucking birthday. Oh, oh, oh. I bet you wish you never met me. Hope you cry on your birthday, honey. That's what you deserve. You're a liar, and it took me a while to see how little you were worth. So go get what you want, yeah, go get what you need. I'm just happy to say it's not gonna be me. Oh, cry on your birthday every year until you die. All the years I spent afraid, all the years you ruined me, or you tried to anyways. I hope you never change. Hope you cry on your birthday, honey. That's what you deserve. You're a liar, and it took me a while to see how little you were. So go get what you want, yeah, go get what you need. I'm just happy to say it's not gonna be me. Oh, go get what you want, yeah, go get what you need. I'm just so fucking glad it'll never be me. Oh, go get what you want, oh, go get what you need. I'm just so fucking glad that you're not fucking me. Oh, cry on your birthday every year until you die.
Thank you.
I do not want to ever have you on my bad side. I'm just saying your part with your words and your voice, and damn, that motherfucker fucked up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. It's funny because most people are like, you're terrifying. And I'm like, no. Like, you just really have to be, you just really have to be the worst. Like, you gotta be the absolute worst. You gotta like ruin my life for 2 years, and then I'm like, okay, all right, it has been too far, sir. Yeah. This next song, I recently have started telling the story of this song, which is pretty fun. Cause for a while, it had been such a traumatic thing to happen that I just didn't tell the story, and I was like, here's a song called Fuckboy. But I feel like it's kind of, part of the, I'm so sorry, you guys. But I feel like part of the, the fun thing about songwriting is telling the story behind it. So this guy that I've written all these songs about, and you've heard so much about, this enchanting fellow, I was like super in love with him. We were together for 2 years, and it just like ended in a very dramatic way. And 6 months after not talking to him, we kind of like came into each other's lives again. And I don't know how to make this make sense, but I ended up doing an entire online college class for him. Like, I know that's not a normal thing, but I somehow got roped into like doing all of his homework, like that movie from the 80s. Like, that was me. And so it's funny, like, it's a funny thing. So at the end of his term, after I'm like writing his papers, he's a grown man. I'm writing his papers and he like dumped me at the end of his term. He was like, I just gotta be alone. I was like, fair. And then I saw him out like 4 days later with someone else, and I was just like, what the fuck? And I was so devastated, and I felt so stupid because I'd done a really stupid thing. Don't do any of your ex's homework. Just don't do it. I don't know if you would ever feel compelled to, but don't do it. If you're young and you're like, that's how to get someone back, because I'm gonna get him an A-. It's not the way. It's not the way. So I was so sad when this happened, and just like at my absolute lowest. And I dyed my hair bright red, and I chopped it off, and I wrote this song as like this like dying, like death lob of a grenade, like fuck you kind of thing. And then I got the opportunity like a month later to play it at a show in front of him. And I was like dying. I knew he would be on the bill, and the whole day I was like, I can't do this, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Like, I just was so scared. And then when it came down to it, like I could see him in the back of the audience, and I was like, it's time. And then he was super pissed off, and he made a 9-minute video called Crazy. And I was like, yeah. And the song is called Fuckboy.
Fuckboy.
Go change my hair up, dye the whole thing red. Forget the things you said, at least I try my best. Go fix my makeup, hold my head up high, and when my tears dry, I move on to the next. I don't want anything to do with you again. Oh, you've taken the last thing you said. You didn't want an enemy. Well, I want you to know that you're a fuckboy and you don't appreciate anything that I gave you. I think that I hate you. A fuckboy thinks you're letting me know I was so replaceable. I hope you end up alone. Soon I'll be better. I'll be my own teammate, and I'm only saving. I'm done breaking my own heart. So go fuck whoever you want, 'cause I don't give a. I should have known it from the start that you weren't the person, the man you say you are. Oh no, this is the last time you said you didn't want an enemy, but now you got one. So you're a fuckboy and you don't appreciate anything that I gave you. I think that I hate you. A fuckboy thinks they're letting me know I was so replaceable. I hope you end up alone. Delete your text and delete your number. I hope you're thinking of me when you fuck her. And all the ways that I used to love you, I'm gonna love myself. 'Cause you're a fuckboy and you don't appreciate anything that I gave you. I think that I hate you. A fuckboy thinks they're letting me know I was so replaceable. I hope that you fucking choke. Oh, fuckboy and you don't appreciate anything that I gave you. I think that I hate you. Fuckboy thinks they're letting me know I was so replaceable. I hope you get what you want. You end up alone. And you end up alone. And you end up alone. And you end up
Was that one more? Let's see. I'm trying to think, what kind of song do you want to hear?
Song about like a guy used to be.
Oh yeah, did you not get enough of that? Let me tell you, I got a story for you. Alright, I got you on the jazzy. So as a musician, I've been moving around a lot, just traveling a lot, and it seems like I'm never really home, and I feel like I don't really have a sense of home right now. I've been in California a lot, and every time I'm in Portland, I feel like even further away from home. But I had this this experience in California that kind of made me feel like I was closer to that, and the song is called "Thank You for the Memories."
Small fish in a small pond, last glance and I'm long gone. Oh, I'm not your problem anymore. Look back to the good times, the harsh words and the long nights. I know what I'm leaving behind. It's one look from the front door, and ain't this what I asked for? It's a long drive, but I made up my mind. It's a backbone in the backseat and a phone call to my family. It's a song, thank you for the memories. Big dreams in a small town, clip wings, I was homebound. Have a glass half full and I'm running out. Oh, I gotta fly while I still can. I skybound with a new plan. I'm easily started, but it's done. It's one look from the front door, and ain't this what I asked for? It's a long drive, but I made up my mind. It's a backbone in the backseat and a sad smile as I'm leaving. It's a song, thank you for the memories. It's time, every heart I outgrow. Every break in a storm used to lead back to you. Now I'm California dreaming. It's a one glance from the front door, and ain't this what I asked for? It's a long drive, but I made up my mind. It's a backbone on the backseat and a sad smile as I'm leaving. It's a song, thank you for the memories. Oh, one look from the front door, and ain't this what I asked for? It's a long drive, I made up my mind. It's a backbone in the backseat and a sad smile as I'm leaving. So long, thank you for the memories. It's time. It's time. Yeah.
Thank you so much. My name is Laryssa Birdseye. I'm from Portland. You can follow me on Instagram at Laryssa Birdseye. I do have CDs for sale, and I promise not all the songs are that aggressive. So, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You guys ready to get rocking on some poetry slammage? We're gonna go a little past time tonight. I hope you all don't mind.
Aw, what?
I know, right? That's okay.
Bro, I got your
Because-
in the morning, man. What are you doing?
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, I know, right? You're gonna. But and so once we get past the 9 o'clock, we're gonna start trading our claps for snaps. And we could go ahead. Let's go ahead and just try to practice doing that. We'll go ahead and practice trading our claps for snaps tonight for the second round. And put your snaps together one more time for Laryssa Birdseye.
Thank you guys.
You had to go all the way from Portland, man, back to out here in the belly button of the world with all of us. Woo, good time. So let's get this second round rolling, and we'll start off with Sacrificial Poet, and then we'll get Anton if he's still around, and I'm gonna go ahead and share something that I have
First go as Captain
off my cuff. This is a poem I wrote with poetry magnets. It's covered up a freezer door at my girlfriend's house at the time, and it goes like this. Delirious beauty leaves one drunk and shaking like a goddess in the raw dreamy mist, but we soar in music and luscious diamond light, letting our feet lather in the languid juices of 1,000 whispering blue summers. In a lazy, sleepless place, Mary reads white over a chocolate shine while red-skinned girls chant an easy forest language, incubating a tiny vision of eternity. And Rousseau is playfully puppy-tripping those who lie with their enormously swollen tongues. They say, "Watch the mad death apparatus run through, wax fast and drool, peach, honey, shadows, moments of recall, hit me bloody." When did he cry behind an iron void? Urging floods to manipulate our reflection, though none think of swimming or rust as we fiddle, fall, and heave as water knife sway. Pink. Thanks, gang. Where's Anton at?
Anton!
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 Antonio!
Anton!
Antonage!
Look, when Anton was getting married, the dude the whole time kept on calling him Anton. So that's why I call it his captain name.
Yeah. Anton! Put your hands together, your snaps together.
Married captain.
Anton!
Anton!
That's a different story, Ricardo.
I love you.
Yeah, my wedding was crazy. That was crazy. We only met the priest like 1 week before we got married, so he didn't even quite know how to say my name. He was from the Philippines. It was awesome. It was crazy. Our whole wedding was like that. It was crazy. That's my wife. Ha ha ha. She's awesome. She really is. She's crazy. She was with me for 10 years, guys. 10 years. One love, for real.
You're really lucky you only took 10 years, bro. I would have given it at least 15 to see if you were, like, seriously.
I know. That's what I told her, and she said, "Shut up and just marry me already, you stupid ass." Okay, wait. This is all just. Don't tie me yet. I got my shit right here. I promise. I'll start. Yeah, I started with all that, and then I'm gonna go to some heavy shit. God damn it. That's my life. I'm an awkward person. Everybody put me there though, like Sprout, she got me in that crazy mindset that got Bub crying, and everybody got me crying. That song, Not Gonna Have Children, that got me crying. Everything got me crying tonight. It's crazy energy. Crazy. Okay. I even wrote it down. I said, this is some heavy shit. Prepare yourself. I won't have children myself from my own genetic sperm drop. But I come to the conclusion that shit don't matter, because I can train my own army of kids that could do more than my own fucking DNA strand can do. If that makes sense to you. You ever felt stuck in society? Societal is a real word. Suicide is a real thing? What the fuck? how can that be a real fucking thing to end yourself? Like an animalistic idea, like how could that even be a fucking thing? I can't even understand how that can be a thing. How can it even fucking be real? I don't understand. You don't know what the worst feeling is in the world until you can see somebody wanting to kill themselves. It's the fucking craziest thing you can ever see in your fucking life. Like, just like, I'm done. It's not even understandable unless you're that person, which I was never that person because I have a different mindset, but just seeing it in somebody's eyes, it's fucking great. It's life-changing. It is, I don't recommend it, but it is life-changing, and that's why we have poems and relieve our feelings, and, you know, we can try to talk shit out and, you know, put it out there so people don't have to do stupid, ridiculous, crazy shit. Like, end yourself. Because I'm an atheist, so I believe, boom, pull the plug, you're done, and you used up all your time, and fucking throw them in the landfill, and they're dust. So, anyways, that's another story, but that, especially when it's the person that you love the most, like, if you ever love somebody, like, so much that you just want to, like, hug them 1,000,000,000 times, and you just really love them, it puts your fucking soul in a chokehold. It just wants to, like, it's crazy. So, it's crazy at that moment, I didn't even cry, I just, like, tried to handle it. It's crazy. So, be happy with your life forever and ever and ever, and all the way up into existence till your lights go out. And to go with that, to bundle with that, I want to say, majority of my life, I really had that don't give a fuck mentality. So all the bullshit that people have issues with, I just didn't even give a fuck about it, so I didn't have to worry about it affecting me in that dramatic way that people would want to just themselves, you know. And yeah, it's a crazy world. It's a crazy world that people can get stuck in their own heads and just, you know, not know what to do. But people need to learn how to just live and just fucking enjoy everything. You know what I mean? Just, they have to know to say fuck it and just go in their car and fucking drive around. That's why I want to get off this island, so I can get to a place where I can drive bigger circles. I mean, I lived here my whole life. I was literally conceived down the road. Thank you, Mom. 118 Point Hawaii Street, true story. Northern Lights in the back with the rats, you know that. That was all free. That was all freestyle. You're welcome. But in the end, it doesn't fucking matter, because as long as you're safe and you can be in a safe place, life will go on. Thank you.
Freestyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Off the dome.
All right, we got our first part of the second round here. We're gonna rock this through this night. Excellent. Next up, I think this next poet is gonna have some special guests with her. Please put your snaps together for Courtney.
Oh yes.
Hello again, everybody. Okay. So I was only prepared for one ladies, Prince and Jalea.
You are the beautiful vision of all alive right now. It's gorgeous.
Thank you. Okay. Ouch. Stop. Stop it. Sorry. Okay. Okay. No, don't crawl on the table. Resolutions come in many forms, some with ties with things that were born. Although can scorn, let's just reborn. The issues at hand, I couldn't count on one. No worries, we have just begun. Resolve, revolute, revelation. Let's work together to be as one, working side by side, being vulnerable, no pride. There are bigger things at stake. Speaking of which, don't eat that. Speaking of which, bring your plate. Let's break bread, not ties. Sounds easier than the actual tries. No more lies, and behold the youth. They are the ones who deserve the truth. Look, they are living proof of why not to confuse. I hope this computes. Let the past pass and let go. You never know what the future holds. Let it unfold. Let's resolute the revolution. Thank you.
He was doing everything you're talking about.
I know, right? He was acting it out. He was acting it out the whole time.
Yes, sir. Thank you, brother. You participated.
Right. All right. Cruising right along. Great. Thank you so much, you guys. Fabulous feelers. So cool. Okay, get yours in a second. Next up, let's put our snaps together for L.
Said. And she was born on 12/21, a palindrome of miracle, formed from those extra rays of light that the sun tucked away just for us. On this day of days, light which swirls within her eyes and deafens our thoughts with only awe and miracle, coos and tenacious tiny fingers. Welcome to the world, little one. A blessing it is. You are to be. Say.
Yeah, L man. You guys ready? Oh yeah. Johnny on the spot. My fabulous feelers a rock. Solid. Alright. Alright then. Are you guys ready for some poo time? Put your snaps together for Nehemiah, the Hawaiian Homer Simpson.
Yeah. All right, let's do this. All right. This is like a play off the last one, so I just made it up. It's called abs plural. Not having abs has been my entire life. It is because I tried to make pastries my wife. I tried to be a pastry polygamist and marry more than one. That's been the main reason that in terms of abs, I have only one. All the exercises I've tried have failed. Every diet I've ever did, I eventually bailed. But I keep trying every day. I do things I can't even say. Like Pilates. I think, why is plates spelled that way? As in plate lunches. Yoga? Why the fudge brownie do those positions hurt? The closest thing to yoga I did was switch from ice cream to yogurt. That's it? That's all I know. with toppings on it. I hit the gym, but it's really hard to do a workout in that place. Weight section leaves a look of disgust on my face. Guys grunting, sweating, and it stinks. Boy, does it stink. Also, there's a bunch of mirrors above the sinks. Who needs to see themselves grunting, sweating, and looking odd? I won't get into why seeing yoga pants clad women make me say, good God. All I say is it's really hard to turn this huge lard into a nice looking set of abs that's also called a six-pack. I'll keep trying to get rid of what is my front backpack, because I want to stop reminding myself every time I look down that I have to stop eating the one thing in life that doesn't make me frown. But I'll keep trying and I'll be smiling, because this was jokes and I'm a clown. With no makeup on too. I usually have my bowling ball polished, but it's not there. Thank you, bro.
Yeah, Nehemiah, baby. Dude, it's like, oh, I can think of all kinds of jokes.
Like Winnie the Pooh, man. Come on.
It's great. It's great. It's like Winnie the Pooh / Homer Simpson meets Dr. Seuss, and it's like in this little suit. It's, yeah. Radical. You got some friends in his feelers. Exactly. It's the Olympic scale. Speaking of Olympic scales, this next poet was in the Junior Olympics. And maybe she'll tell you all about it. Please put your hands together for Carrie. I just made that up.
What is that? Okay, so my next so-called country song actually was the first I tried, and it does need some work, but it's kind of a little light, so I figured I'd try something a little different. So this is my first attempt. It's called Wheeling. Flagging me with only 3 whiskeys down, a near brawl with a Mack truck man, when Peterbilt's the best around. I got a good luck hook, but he's got one too many friends, one to take it outside. Now that ain't right. Now that ain't right. Get me to the next bar in the next town, find me a good time rowdy honky-tonk that's a little too smoky, a little too loud, a little too easy to wrangle a big-legged cowgirl in the crowd. Now don't get me wrong, 'cause I'm a working man, but 20,000 pounds to wheeling just went bust. Driving long haul with an empty rig, got bills to pay and money's kinda tight. Now that ain't right. Now that ain't right. Get me to the next bar in the next town, find me a good time rowdy honky-tonk that's a little too smoky, a little too loud, a little too easy to wrangle a big-legged cowgirl in the crowd. Just singing a Hank Williams song, rolling down the asphalt on Route 32 when Deputy Bob shows up in my rear view. He's the kind that's a big boss man, a bulldog guarding the county line, handing me a ticket on a Saturday night, clocked me at 80 with a broken tail light. Now that ain't right. Now that ain't right. Yeah, I'm smack on your tail, you got it right. Get me to the next bar in the next town, find me a fair fight. A rowdy honky-tonk that's a little too smoky, a little too loud, a little too easy to wrangle a big-legged cowgirl in the crowd.
Girl! You got that!
The true story was way crazier than the song.
Oh, man! We'll put it all together with a bridge and get it crazy, baby. All right! snaps together to Michael.
Okay, this is a little closer to poetry. These are actually songs that I wrote a long time ago. I don't know. I could read them as poetry or I could sing them. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Sing 'em.
Sing them?
Do what you feel.
Sing them if you want. Okay. Well, I'll give you a little history first. This one I wrote in 1984 for the American Songwriters contest. I don't know if they even have that anymore. Maybe I'm dating myself doing. This one, I'm going to do two of them. They're short. They were for the pop category, and I got the regional for this one for the Western United States. So it's actually published in the Library of Congress. That's weird, but it's kind of cool.
That's how ISBN numbers work, son.
Okay, so and this is that one. So it goes, working every day for that nickel. There ain't nothing else I'm apt to do. Working every day for that nickel. And I'm about to cry. For loving you was easy, but you left me for a dime. What's wrong with you? For a dime. And I know that you were easy every time I close my eyes. What's wrong with you? For a dime, for a dime. Up at 5 and out the door with coffee. There ain't nothing else I'm apt to do. Up at 5 and out the door with coffee. Oh, and I'm about to cry. Oh, 'cause loving you was easy, but you left me for a dime. What's wrong with you? For a dime. Oh, and I know that you were easy every time I close my eyes. What's wrong with you? For a dime, for a dime. Oh, and I never thought you wouldn't love me anymore. It took me by surprise. Even when I saw you start to walking out the door. Up at 5 and out the door with coffee. There ain't nothing else I'm apt to do. Working every day for a nickel. Oh, and I'm about to die. 'Cause loving you was easy, but you left me for a dime. What's wrong with you? For a dime. Oh, and I know that you were easy every time I close my eyes. Oh, what's wrong with you? For a dime. Oh, for a dime. For a dime.
Can I please help you lead the campaign to make that the official motto of the Reagan era of trickle-down economics? Please,
Well, you know,
give me the song that
it really was the
trickle-down
era, you know. It really was.
When you're singing about it. Just
Okay. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Michael.
Put your steps together for Michael.
he's a meat cutter. And he in his meat department that he worked at, he ran what they called the like leftover scraps. They had like a pile of, and then later on they'd bag it up for people to sell to people for cheap for their dogs and stuff. They called that the bub.
Oh, really?
And I was born dead. I was like this lifeless pile of meat, and I looked like a pile of bub.
Wow.
And so he started calling me that.
Turn the darkness into light, Bob.
Yeah. Where's Morgan? Morgan. Oh, there she is. You can whistle like birds? Please put your snaps together from Morgan. Second time in front of a microphone? OMG.
Hi, everybody. This is my second time in front of a microphone. Thank you for seeing it. I wrote this one thinking that it was a love letter to someone else, and then it turned out being a love letter to myself.
That's good.
I'd like you to feel seen, raw, naked, and confident. I'd like you to feel what it's like to share your shadow and to have its weight held, caressed, loved. To feel what it's like to have your storm rage with a stillness by your side that appreciates thunder. I'd like you to know that you owe me nothing, that no part of me can possess you, nor wants to. I'd like you to choose in each moment what is most aligned in your heart and dance with it passionately. Move with the music made by soul strings vibrating in their truest forms. I'd like to anchor in impermanence and cherish gifts of change. I'd like to boogie in the bath of heaven, here, loving and loved, always. Thank you.
Remember to snap, not clap. Sorry, I got donut.
How'd it go? Gosh. The story. Oh, it's okay. I'm so glad that wasn't glass. The story about. Okay, that's original.
Butterfingers, yeah.
The story about the snaps. You guys remember hearing those stories about the? You know, they had this really, I didn't get your number. The really cliche, like the beatniks, that everybody's like snapping and stuff. I think how the story goes is that,
You didn't get your number.
yeah, good? Okay, thanks. Is that these, oh, there we go, thank you, bro. Is that all these, somebody had the keys to the cafe, right? And there was like this back kind of room to the cafe, and they would share their poetry together, you know, and smoke cigarettes and drink espresso or whatever else, and who knows, maybe they were probably shooting heroin or something. And they couldn't clap because there are people that lived above them, above the cafe, and they would tell the owner that there was a bunch of people in there like after hours and stuff, and so they wouldn't clap, but they would snap. And so that's kind of like what we're doing right now. We're in a speakeasy. It's after hours, and we're snapping it up. This next poet. This next poet. I already told you she's a fabulous drummer. I wonder when her next gig is. Eden, when's your next gig? Okay. She's radical. Put your hands, your snaps together for Eden.
Hello again. I have the poem in my pocket, so I have to find it. So recently in school, I've been feeling kind of like frustrated, especially since I do an online school. So like I have access to the internet while I'm doing my homework, so it's very easy to go down like rabbit holes of not homework. Like I don't know if I've completely grasped the concept of procrastination, but I would call it that. Like what I'm doing when I'm doing my homework. So this poem is about kind of what happens when I should be doing my homework. Staring at the cold light of the computer screen, I know my task, homework. I need to work. I need to. However, the screen also has a key to not homework. Not homework or homework. I don't want to do homework. Dancing crabs are better. Just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. Oh, it's been an hour. 5 more minutes. Thank you.
Tell him his dog ate it next time. Tell him I ate it. They'll believe it.
Yeah, put your snaps together for eating, everybody. Radical. We all suffer that temptation. It's a very relatable topic. All right. Ready, Sproutinator? I think I just made a new friend. I totally relate to this beautiful human being, and excited to hear more. Please put your snaps together for Sprout.
This one's a little dark, I hope that's okay. The static of a telephone, cotton candy daydreams, smashing the old dollhouse, replacing it with twigs, choking on flowers, blackbird showers, vines wrap around your bones. Now you're hanging from a willow tree, wondering if you're upside down or downside up. But were you ever on the right side? Seems you prefer to limp to the left with the ghouls, ghosts, and goblins. Maybe because you're a skeleton yourself and the cool ghoul doesn't think you're a tool. Maybe they're a fool. Worms and things in your rib cage, dirt and things in your brain. Brain in a bucket. It's the kind of pain that leaves a stain. Maybe the rain will wash it away, but that seems to have turned black too. The willow tree sings a sad song and melts away. Now there is nothing but the static of a telephone. Birds fly by and one steps in the air and stares for a while, wondering if it should care, wondering why you were hung there. It drops dead, thinking you would too. They could tell you had already rung death's bell. You feel bad, so you figure you might as well. Maybe then the world won't be such a sad hollow shell. The phone is ringing. Death is calling, wondering when you'll visit for a cup of tea and cartoons. You answer with the static of a telephone. You hear the breaking of a bone. You drop dead, land in your grave, empty your head. Now your ghost is trapped in some shed. Set it free and it'll trap you instead. Maybe it was just your shadow. Now you'll float above a meadow, listening to the static of a telephone. Thank you.
Oh, that's awesome. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love it that Death is wondering when we get to watch the cartoons when we're wondering about death. That's awesome. I love that. That's beautiful. Really.
Keep doing that.
Keep it. Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, keep doing that. Yeah. And last up on the second round of the poetry slam, please put your snaps together for somebody who might need to pull out his insurance card later. Ernesto!
You freaked me out, so I'm like, that can't be me. I don't even know what an insurance card looks like. What did I do wrong today? Bob, you really genuinely gave me fear. Good job by you.
Thank you.
You're awesome. I love you, Bob.
Wait.
say something that you know I could not connect with.
I know, it's
a fucking insurance
I'm,
card.
you know, I'm a random.
Thank you,
I'm a random MC.
You know what's random? Is I saw you two and tried to give you a shout out with real love. Did you see me in the car? I looked at you and I said, what's up? And I drove past you. Yes, I did. Now I get to see you now. I almost turned around just to say, hello, I see your light. But I'm like, I'm a maniac and I have places to go. I can't just stop and tell people I see their light because they will only think I'm crazy. Stop doing that shit. Okay, so here you are. I get to do it organically. Thanks, life. Thanks for reminding me of what's acceptable. Oh, also, I do have to remind people, please, the basic human experience of sharing is not scary. Let's be open to it. Okay, it's 2020. We all have perfect vision now. So I would have written the first one too, but again, the orphanages, so you guys had to get a straight freestyle. Thank you for putting up with that. I was able to make this a little more succinct by writing two versions, a rough draft and a now draft. So this one's called Always Home, completely inspired by Sister Love from Portland. What's her name again so I can do it proper? Laryssa? Okay, Laryssa, without the C, explained it all. So, Always Home. Thank you for my early 90s reference, people who love me. Okay, so, this one's called Always Home. Straight from life, I know nothing. So, starts with you guys. Giving shout outs to strangers on the street. And then we meet, eye to eye. Thank you, life. And then I remember the mantra. When the grin was on the lower rim. And it was spitting. And life, through the synthesis of the Pele, said, hold this dear, and you will always walk with no fear. I want nothing, I need nothing, and I know nothing. Except, I remember that I said, you know, but I mean, I do know now that I want nothing, you need nothing, so kind of I know something, right? And she said, no word games now, boy, please. Truth. Yes, and my writing is horrible, so I only type on keyboards and computers. So in the finite form, for infinite expressions, we can't play the word games. Unnecessary, undermining. I hear you, life. So we have passed the point of no return, me and Jagadas. I can't remember which pill it was, but it was the one that doesn't give you the steak. It was the one where you know all the walls are fake and your breathing is fake, and never mind the walls or the struggle for the money, because everything's been bending backward to get the thing, to go get the money, to get the thing, when we can direct connect. So make sure you do it right, lest the world consider you an anomaly, when in reality, our fifth dimensional awareness of our dimensional being. It's a free Ken, see? Ken never wanted to be the trophy for the trophy. He never wanted to be a free Ken, see? The perfect trophy for the perfect trophy. The fifth dimensional awareness, so let's pair this with the perfect freedom that is deep inside each and every one of our molecules. You are your very own dimension. We are uncovering and recovering the records of our Akashic tethers in this plane. So we come again and again until we honor the depth of our relationship with the creation, with now-time continuum, of the hum and drum that comes in the acceptance of the not-so-subtle one, and the more sublime truth of the not two. My first time reading this, I just got the download. Thank you for being patient. So in this here and now, there's no more need to accept the subtle slavery, okay? You know, where we have to move about to do things that we don't really want to do because we need this thing. That's the subtle slavery, all right? All the bloodshed is done. You and I now have earned the right to eat without having to do shit we do not want to do. So let's act like it. Please. Feed on the basics of this plane. This third dimensional word and actions still reign, so I still have power over what gets slain, because I know the truth and I know the difference between a game and a game. When in the fulfillment of this honest love for myself, the co-creation comes easy. Because what I'm learning from already loves itself. I mean, obviously, she cannot stop creating versions of herself. So I need to get on board and start loving myself. Honest in my intentions for that, as the co-creative journey goes into the well, so deep and pulls back, the blessings of love always growing. And I know our heart was meant to be able to contain that infinite growth. So I just keep on saying thank you, gratitude, and that's right. Just wanted to see those hands out there. Aloha.
Ernesto, my man.
Guys,
You
thank you
think-
for putting up with that. That was horrible. Much better reading.
Put your snaps together for Ernesto, man, and his radical orange tank top. I wasn't kidding when I said, I hope you have your insurance card, because you just ran into my landlord in the parking lot. We're going to make a little song. We got any yet? All right. What do we need more on?
This is an octave
Dude, hey, got anybody to say, give me an O, right, give me O's, give me, alright, so I'm gonna do some real quick, crappy math, let's see, 21 is 6, and plus, that's 22.6 plus 23.5 is, 45, 46.1. Alright, and so we got, please, would these three poets please come to the stage? Mike, come on up. Nehemiah, alright, come on up to this. And Sprout, come on up to the stage. Oh, we got some crowd. You guys like that, or you like that? You like that?
It's the comedy one. I got those three things.
I know, right?
Yeah, see, comedy on the 29th.
Oh yeah. Can you hear you on the game? Please put your snaps together for the fabulous finalists. I'm gonna move this microphone out of the way. We're gonna take a picture. And gosh, you guys, love you guys. Thank you for coming out and supporting this big crazy art fest. We're just trying to do whatever we can to do some cool shit in Hilo, right? And gosh, and one thing that I always hear people say about Kukuau Studio is that they always meet new friends, and that is so true for me, because every time we do something here, I meet a new friend, at least one, and I'm so happy for that. Thank you. You guys, these guys are new old friends, but you're a new friend, and I'm so happy. Gosh, put your snaps, please snap it up. You guys are welcome to hang out as long as you like. And if you could help us be extra Pono neighbors by not hanging out in the street and stuff, that'd be super radical. And have a blessed night and be well. And we'll see you at the next Poetry Slam or the open mic on Sunday, or the jazz jam on Monday, or comedy workshop in next month. Where?
Yeah, right here.
Not here.
No, the show is on the 29th.
Of February.
Yeah.
That's next month, dude. We'll do next month. Next month. We got a comedy workshop series next month. It's gonna be sick, with a couple of comedy shows and all kinds of radical shit. So much love. Hang out. Dig it. I'm gonna take a picture of these crazy people. Love you.
Get my good side.
Yeah, show your.
The card. This is a gift certificate of Dunkin' Donuts?
Yep. You guys are radical. Thank you.
I'm gonna believe you.
Oh, look at that. Oh, will you look at that? Will you look at that? Those guys. Oops, I'm sorry. I just threw that at your dad's head. I'm sorry. That slipped out of my. Oh, I'm sorry, kid. It was soft.
Misdirection. That's what they call them.
Soft. I'm sorry.
Set us up for a
Look at that, that big. Look at those guys. Oops. Right?
But that's what she put. What is it? What is it? What? Yes, it is. I can sew a donut now. Hey, thanks, Bob. Now I can sew a fake donut and I don't have to eat a real one. I can just pretend that it is the one that Brenda gave me. I can't do it. Yeah. Gave me one also. Thanks, Bob. See you on Sunday. Alright, man, this is your mom, right? Good big brother. Got it. I will see you on Sunday. Singing. Make me think of Mary J. Blige again. That's who I listen to as the breakup lady. Like, I'll be eating ice cream and I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna shed no tears. He was here, yeah. It's on YouTube.
listening to you going down the road.
These people don't know. These people don't know. You know? And I've family that have been truck drivers and stuff like that.
Yeah, we were
And
movers without the van line, Grable, all those. I mean, we survived. We survived.
singing and doing everything that
He was like a robot. He would go from one job and then like, oh, you gotta be up in Connecticut. You gotta be down in Georgia tomorrow morning. What? So you drive all through the night. And that's just how it was. Just like you just go.
yeah, that's gnarly.
Yeah, and then, I mean, we worked so hard. We did it with all our friends. So
Yeah, it's fun
yeah.
too. Yeah, you gotta mix it in.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
Work hard, play hard.
yeah, that's how it was. We worked hard, play hard. All right, well, ready for 4 o'clock. Okay.
Bumper. Because I was in a rush and I needed whatever though. At least we had his he busted out the guitar and I freestyled with him.
Yeah, I know.
And it was cool.
There's no hate.
I give him I have insurance. I'm like, you know,
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's why I said the insurance card thing.
Yeah, oh, I
Thank you
see
so much for
now.
having
Now I understand.
Right.
Yeah, I do have insurance, but it's not in my name, bro. Come on now.
Yeah, some your
I ride
slave
with
name.
insurance. Oh, my stuff is all down there?
I don't know about your stuff.
I thought we decided that.
You, my dear, what are you doing after this? What are you doing right now?
Oh, I think my
It was like,
Okay.
I'm really tired. Yeah.
Well, man.
none of
gosh,
my,
I love that
she
Mr.
told me
Brandon.
that you had my stuff. She
I don't have your any of your stuff.
Oh, that's okay. I'm only going off of what Linda just told
And
me.
gosh, talk story and maybe I don't know. Talk about a tune maybe you have that you haven't recorded yet. You'd like to, or there's all kinds of see, you know, like the world is our oyster. We can do whatever we want. You know, we can all kinds of and gosh, I loved your stories and I'm sorry you wasted so much time with that horrible man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, we all have similar things where we waste time with people who didn't really love us. And,
Yeah.
but goodness.
I'm in town for a while if you're
Okay.
around.
Yeah.
I definitely have some off days, so what time do you open up here? I guess I'll just send you a message.
Yeah, well, what day is it tomorrow? Saturday?
Saturday I'm gonna be in Kukuau for Manifest.
Okay, like from the morning to the night?
Yeah, and I might end up staying in Kukuau tomorrow night, and then I've got a show in Waimea, but I'm gonna be back in
On
Hilo
Sunday?
on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, we have an open mic on Sunday.
Awesome.
And, yeah, we can maybe do some lunch on Sunday too.
Yeah.
We'll plan on that?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's plan on that.
Solid.
Cool.
I'll meet you for lunch
It's
Sunday.
really nice to meet you.
Right.
Thank you so much.
Did you feel it tonight?
Oh yeah, no, it was lovely. Yeah,
That's good.
it's a really nice environment. It's really nice here, just in general. Just
The whole
feeling.
Hilo, yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, that whole thing, I forgot to turn off the live stream.
Oh.
So I was swapping the live stream. Beautiful.